Hello children, myself Mrs. Dimple Kundar from Seth Vidya Mandir, English High School, CBSE will continue Maths for Standard 5, Lesson 6, Decimals. So let's continue exercise 6C, fill in the blanks, multiplication. Now we had done sums which had only decimal in the first part, in the multiplier. Now in the second part also multiplicand we have a decimal point. So same rule, we multiply the numbers without the decimal point. Okay, now 8 8s are 64, carry 6, but then there is a 0, so it is 64, and the 0 multiplied remains same. So now my answer is 64, but in my decimal point, when I write the answer, I have to count the decimals in both the numbers. So decimal number has 1 point here, 1 point here, so the decimal will come after 2 points. So 64, two numbers 1 2, and I will put a decimal point and add a 0. So my answer will be 0.64. Okay, one more example, 0.12 into 0.12. So I write 12 into 0.12. According to it, the rule 1, multiplying the number without the decimal point. So everybody knows 12 12s are 144. So I write 144 as my answer. And now I count the decimal places 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have to put the decimal after 4 places. But this number has only 1, 2, 3 places. So what do? I add the number of zeros necessary. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I will put the decimal point and 0. So my answer will be 0.0144. Okay. One next sum. 10.1 into 0.2. When we use that, we write the numbers without a decimal and multiply. 2 ones are 2, 2 zeros are 0, and 2 ones are 2. My answer is 202. Now what do? Yes, I count the decimal places 1, 2. So 1, 2, and I put my point. So my answer will be 2.02. Okay, so the next sum, again what do? 11.2 into 0.7. So 112 into 0 into 7. I multiply. 7 2s are 14, carry 1, 7 1s are 7, plus 1 8, and 7 1s are 7, 784. Now again the decimal points 2. So from the ones place 1, 2. So my answer will be 7.84. Isn't it easy? 1.1 into 1.1. So 11 into 11 without the decimal points. 11 11s are 121. Now I count the decimal places 1, 2, and I put the decimal points. It will be 1.21. Okay. So now again here 009 into 009. So anything multiplied by 0 remains 0. But and 9 9s are 81. So I write 81. But now I have to count the decimal points 1, 2, 3, 4. So when decimal points are numbers are less, we have to add the number of zeros, not behind the number, before the number. So I will add 2 zeros because already 2 numbers are there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I will put my decimal point and a 0. So my answer will be 0.0081. Next sum, 2.01 into 0.4. So how do? 201 without a decimal point multiplied by 4. 4 ones are 4, 4 zeros are 0, and 4 twos are 8. And how many decimal points? 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. I put a decimal point and add a 0. So 0.804. Okay. And the last sum of the exercise of this part, 0.11 into 0.003. So I write the number without the decimal point and multiply. 3 ones are 3, 3 ones are 3, 3 ones are 3, and now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 decimal places, but here only 3. So I add 3 more zeros, I put a decimal point and 1 more 0. So my answer will be 0.00033. Okay. we learn about the properties of multiplication of decimal numbers. We are learning properties and rules. So now the important properties also and to hold for the decimals. The first property, the product of a decimal and a whole number multiplied in any order remains the same. So you know this rule as it is for the whole number also. Like if I say 4 into 5 or 5 into 4, your answer will be 20. So for example, if I do 0.9 into 12 or 12 into 0.9, my answer will be same, because 12 nines are 108 and decimal point after one digit, so I get 10.8. So any numbers you do it the other way around, you will get the same answer. Okay, the product of two decimal remains the same even if the order is changed. So now again the same type, the product of two decimal numbers. Now this was for the whole number, a decimal and a whole number, and here it is two decimal numbers. So if I do 2.5 into 3.5 or 3.5 into 2.5, I will get 8.75. It is the same. And the next one, the product of decimal fraction and 1, the number remains itself. As you know, whenever you multiply any number by 1, you will get the same number, or when you multiply the number by 0, the answer remains 0. These are the basic properties which we have learnt even for whole numbers. Okay, while performing multiplication in decimals, the numbers can be taken in any order and the product remains the same. So now suppose if you have the multiplication, these were of two digits. If you have the multiplication of 3 digits or 4 digits, like 1.02 into 4 into 11.2 into 2.3, your answer will be same. But if I interchange the digits of any of these 4 multipliers, like 11.2 into 2.3 into 1.02 into 4, then also my answer will be same. So changing the position doesn't make a difference. The product will always be the same. So the important properties of multiplication of decimal numbers.